What am I doing? Lord, Lord. What's going on? What's going on, people? Doing something a little different today. Yeah, everybody, motherfucker. I see all y'all. Y'all better get all your jokes out now.
Oh man.
Well. Actually, I wasn't running the pistol. We was running the jumbo T. Yeah, there's the difference. Running jumbo T under the covers. What's going on? 6 and K here with the 6-man convo, aka Mad Mike around the NFL combo. We got Mad Mike Sports at the top of the screen.
Yo.
And we got the truth on the top of the left.
What's happening, man? What's happening, bro? What's happening, man? T Lord ain't what the elephant left on the fairground. And that's a big old hunk of shit. But go ahead.
Well, you have to remember these motherfuckers is crazy just like us. So
they was gonna take it. They play some bets on you, Kel. They play some bets on you, bro.
Well, if you gonna place a bet on me, you make sure I get a piece of whoever won. You know, that's part of the rules. I gotta get at least a 2% cut.
Hey, Madam Howard, what's going on? Oh,
But
yeah, he just woke up.
Yep. All right. So hold on. All right now. Okay, so we got a couple topics here this evening. The main thing is we're going to be talking about some NFL free agents, which involving the Atlanta Falcons. But I got something else I want to talk about. And this is the bullshit part of the show. I gotta talk about Keon White and Lil Baby. I don't know if anybody heard about this situation.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
So for those that don't know, Keon White, San Francisco 49er edge rusher, got into a scuffle with somebody in Lil Baby's crew. Got shot in the goddamn ankle. Over a VIP section at the club.
Bro, so this dude play pro ball.
He played at Georgia Tech a couple years ago.
Damn. Part of these motherfuckers, man. I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. Some of the shit that done took place in the last week, bro.
Mm-hmm.
In the last 7 days, the 7 calendar days, been crazy as fuck with these football players, man. God damn, bro.
Mm-hmm.
From the murder charge to the stalking charge to the to Stephon and damn Cardi B and now this shit here. God damn.
Yeah, they piling up. Like you said, these football players getting piled on right now.
God damn. Go somewhere and sit y'all asses down somewhere, bro.
So, so my question to you is, and I'm glad you said that, Truth. My question to you is, in your opinion, I think you just pretty much said it, but what the hell is going on?
God damn, man. I mean, I can't say it's a change of weather because it's supposed to be. I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. Like, god damn, what? I mean, everybody just done drunk a sip of crash out oil. God damn.
Exactly.
And three of the four situations involving whole problems. How about that? And for all we know, the fourth situation might have been about a brawl. One dude facing the death penalty, another dude facing up to 20 years, another dude just shuffling broads and kids. And now this. I don't know, man. Hey man, more money, more problem. Ain't that what Christopher George Latour Wallace said?
Right.
More money, more problems.
Exactly. Now, all right, Mike, what you got on it?
Man, I don't have any sympathy for him, to be honest. Like, you put yourself in a situation where you can get shot in front of rappers and shit. Like that's kind of your fault.
Oh, I'm with you on that, Mike.
Like,
1,000.
you don't put yourself in that position to begin with. Obviously, is a dick holding contest for that type of shit to even have the shot in the ankle. That means somebody was tussling, fussing, and doing a bunch of dumb shit. So I got no sympathy for him. Like, accidents can happen, but this don't seem like it's an accident. It seems the way the story seems like it just seemed like a bunch of people was holding dicks. That's the way I see it.
Mike Kev, y'all remember when I stayed up in the house in College Park and I used to tell y'all how I used to have to go outside late at night because them fools in the backyard having target practice.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That was little baby on that house right right behind me. I used to have to go out in my drawers and say, "Goddamn nephew," and they out there trying out their new guns.
Yeah.
That's who Keon White got into it with them.
It's a dumb dick holding contest. No reason at all to be doing that. Yeah,
they be looking for that type shit, bro.
Right.
I was lucky he didn't get killed.
That type of energy come back to you.
And for those that don't remember, this is what people would think of what outlier of a quote unquote Georgia Tech player is. They, like I said, they think everybody's a bunch of dorks and shit, which mostly of us really are. But it just like Mike said, man, you put yourself in a situation. We've already kind of had this discussion just talking about understanding the surroundings and things. And like you said, just stay your ass at home. At this point in time right now, ain't shit out here but trouble.
Sit y'all asses down somewhere, bro. Hey, look, man. Hey, have your fun at the house, man. Y'all rich enough. Y'all rich enough to buy these big ass, lavish ass houses on 30, 40 acres, and y'all never there. Go home. Enjoy your house.
Right.
You're never there because you're out trying to be fucking seen. Make that make sense.
Exactly.
You out trying to be seen. Got all this bread.
For what? That's the thing. For what? What is all this for?
Like, go sit down somewhere, man. Have your fun at the house. It's amazing. Like you bring back up the Puff situation. Puff go in jail right now for having fun at the house. Go figure.
Exactly.
He was traveling.
He was traveling with it, but a lot of his parties was at the house. He was in the house.
Yeah, that's after the fact he started getting in trouble. The parties at the house started coming after he started getting in trouble. He tried to switch it. He tried to switch it because you remember the incident that happened in New York a lot of the times. He got ran out of New York because of that.
Well, I hear you, but them parties at the house been going on with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. With him,
that's when he stopped the parties in New York because he was getting in trouble for the parties at going out to the events, and then he just said, "You know what? I'm just gonna cut it out."
Right.
Mm. But I wanted to get that out the way right then and there. So pretty much the main conversation we have this evening is the Atlanta Falcons Kyle Pitts replacement for the tight end position. And right before we get into that, you know what it is, Mike. You got to hit them with the what is the real what.
I forgot what it was.
That sound like
it's not tuning up.
It's not tuning up. I'm about to say you sound like a '67 Chevelle with a bad engine right now.
Nigga, what?
You don't want none of it. I'm a real nigga, boy.
I'm a street nigga. One more time and you're through.
Did you see the other one where he crashed out at the warehouse? It's the same dude. Did you see that one?
No, I got to see that one.
I'll show you that one when we get off the thing. But like I said, shout out to the people and all y'all roasting this over here. Terry Lloyd, Night Whisperer, Ski, BP, like you said, Sonya, we got John, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights, Lady C, Maurice Martin, King Kill. Hey, we got it going on. Appreciate y'all coming in. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to 6MK Live as well as Mad Mike Sports and Two Truth TV. You Skay, King Fred. So today's topic was actually inspired by brother pastor Jew Talk Sports, one for the heavy hitters. He made a video today speaking on would you rather, if you had to pay one between Kyle Pitts and Drake London, and pretty much said that he feels more comfortable with paying Drake London over Kyle Pitts. So what we're going to do here is we're going to add to the story itself and say, okay, Kyle Pitts will not be an Atlanta Falcon. So my question to y'all is, if the Falcons look to get a tight end in free agency, who would be the best fit? Now, we got notable names. David Njoku. I mean, that's the main name that's floating around. Not just David Njoku, Isaiah Likely, Dallas Goedert. Those are really the three main names there. What you think, in truth?
I mean, if I'm boxed in, well, I gotta let Pitts walk. I go with the name that makes the most sense to me, and I'll go Dallas Goedert, very good veteran tight end. That can just be a placeholder until we draft somebody and develop them to be a NFL starting tight end. So I'll say Dallas Goedert.
Mm. Okay. All right. So I compiled pretty much all the names for it. We'll start right here. And you already see, surprisingly, Travis Kelce is on the top of the list there. Got Tyler Higbee. That definitely is a name to look out for. Ain't nobody bringing in no damn Taysom Hill. All right.
I'll take him. Taysom Hill, a free agent. They had him listed as a tight end.
Man, Taysom Hill.
That man went up the hill.
Man, why you in love with the gadget guy? That man ain't gonna stay healthy.
No, it ain't about him being.
You in love with the gadget guy? Trust me, true. Because he never stayed healthy. Ever since he's been in the NFL, he's never healthy.
Well, I mean, I am more. I lean more towards versatile guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's not so much about the gadget guy because he really ain't no gadget guy. He got he line up in the backfield and run straight.
Right.
They play him at quarterback too. True.
I know they play him at quarterback. Okay, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, truth. You're in love with the gadget. You see the gadget guy. You see the guy that can do a multitude of things. Yes, but you look at his stats and how many games he's actually healthy. I mean,
if he's unavailable, then no. If he got a problem being unavailable, no, I'm off that then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you said. You got some other names in here. Like I said, I pretty much got compiled a list of it. Well, screenshot the list of a lot of guys. Like you said, you got Tyler Conklin, you got Noah Fant, Darren Waller, John Fitzpatrick. I'm just going saying a couple names. Like I said, I put it on the screen so everybody kind of read it. Like the Robert Tonyan, Jelani Woods, let's see, no Harrison Bryant out of there. Don't mind the restricted. We're just talking about unrestricted free agent, even though they do got a restricted guy. I don't know who the hell Tyree Jackson is.
Waller's the only name that kind of jump out to me. That's the boy that was dating Kelsey Plum.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Like that, Daniel Bellinger, Greg Dulcich, Donald Parham, Anthony Fresker, Kay Otten. and
Hey, the other name jump out there.
yeah, Charlie Kohler and Chig Okonkwo. So those particular names, you said Dallas Goddard would probably be your main guy.
Yeah. Um, Dallas got it. I mean, get a vet tight end and draft you one in the late round, a day 3 pick, something like that, to
Mm-hmm.
you know, groom to be the eventual starter. Keep Charlie Warner as another veteran guy. Keep I know Mike gonna wear me out when I say this name because he already just scolded me about the gadget guy. Keep Felipe Franks and damn you, Mike.
That's all. That's all I said. He's a healthier Felipe Franks is a healthier version of Taysom Hill.
Mm, yeah.
And a little younger.
Mm-hmm. That's why I'm saying like Taysom Hill is never healthy. He's on the field a lot, but he's never healthy.
Mm.
What if? And this is what if? What if Felipe show us that he can handle being a starter? How do you go about that?
All thing, like you said, all that was just based on if he gets the opportunity to be that.
What type of offense does Stefanski run? Is this offense predicated on? Is a tight end
That's
extremely
Kyle
important?
Shanahan. That's all you need
It's
to know.
Kyle Shanahan, which means your tight end is. You don't really need your tight end to be you don't need your tight end to be explosive, but you just need your tight end to be able to get into a spot. Like you say, it's
Kind of like Austin Hooper was in Shanahan's offense.
basically.
Okay.
Like you said, like you said, that's why the question comes around with Kyle Pitts is, are you willing are you willing to pay the price tag for the possible explosive plays at tight end, or are you more so entrenched on, not necessarily the big playmaker guy, but you just need somebody that can, get right there in your spots.
I'm paying Pitts. That's me though.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm paying Pitts. But that's why I said if I was boxed in to where I had to lose Pitts, that's why I said Dallas Goddard and then draft a tight end on a day 3.
So Ski basically said that he's going Isaiah Likely all the way.
Nah, I'm likely gonna be just as expensive as Pitts is.
Mm-hmm. Because you have to remember this too. You have to play it too. You got to play it to the factor here that you got Drake London's contract coming up, and you got to figure something out with Bijan Robinson.
I don't think people realize how bad that contract Kirk Cousins is. It ruined. Somebody's gonna get sacrificed.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody need to go to their room. Talking about put David Seals at tight end. Somebody need to go to their room.
You ain't gotta worry about him. He ain't gonna do nothing there either. So he'll be gone.
He talked about he said how much he got to pay for us to say something nice about David Seals.
I mean, you pay and you will see.
Yeah, you gotta pay. Yeah, like you said, you gotta throw a super chat in there, see how much money it is, and we'll say something nice to him.
I don't do no false advertising over here. You gonna pay it? Look, you pay when you will see.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
BP said Ertz.
Zach Ertz?
That Ertz is intriguing.
Yeah. He's got it. I mean, he got
the thing is, but go ahead, Truth.
I mean, he got championship pedigree, don't he?
But he had those same injury
Yeah,
issues.
but
Not worse.
remember, he got that devastating ass knee injury at the end of the year this past season.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
John here said Earl Brown was a great player, again, though I haven't followed him as a pro. I mean, a lot of the tight ends in free agency right now, majority of them have been spot players. A couple of, like you said, like you said, really just the big money guys are the main ones that's going to be getting around that 14, 15 mil a year, if possible. But Mike, anybody out there free agency list intrigue you, or you on the thing of you don't give a damn?
Nah, I just rather have younger tight ends. I
Mm-hmm.
mean,
yeah.
I don't really see anybody on that list that's
really young like that.
Yeah. Like there's a lot of older guys and a lot of younger guys on teams. And
right.
The Falcons' issue is they had a complete more runs running the offense, and Zach Robinson, who didn't have a clue what he was doing with the receiver or the tight end position. That's why we up here having conversations about David Seals.
And that's kind of, like I said, the issue right there is, I know, like you said, people talk about Njoku and talk about Likely, and we know Njoku's only really here because we got the Kevin Stefanski thing. We got Kevin Stefanski, so people mirror that and say that's the obvious choice. Like you said, the thing about it is he's basically going to be the same. Like you say, he's going to be the same as Kyle Pitts, and Isaiah Likely is going to be the same as Kyle Pitts.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to pay just about the same money for a guy with a similar skill set that doesn't have camaraderie with the team, or you're going to pay the same money for a guy that's already been in the room.
Mm-hmm. And that right there, that's why I said you might as well just keep Pitts if you're going to bring one of those guys in, because Pitts is a little valuable than unless you're going draft. I mean, like people keep bringing up you keep bringing up Joshua Simon. I mean, those are the people I'm talking about. Like, you get those guys a chance if you're gonna bring in a Dallas Goddard and all that, because you're playing in the new system.
Right.
And look, if you think that Likely is better than Kyle Pitts, I think you're smoking crack. He's not. For one, he playing in a two. He's not even the number one guy.
He's not the number one tight end on his damn team.
He's not the number one on his own team. The thing is, they run a system in Baltimore. They run.
He said he's better at blocking.
That's not true because he don't block.
Oh, okay.
That's William. I always say William Andrews with
Mark Andrews.
Mark Andrews. But Mark Andrews, he's the guy that they leave in the block. Andrews is he's the blocking tight end there. That's why you see Likely always catching the passes across the middle, because they're using Andrews as the block. He's the receiving tight end. Kyle Pitts is I don't know why people think that Kyle Pitts is a bad blocker, because that's really one of the dumbest things, and especially in this offense with with Kevin Stefanski, you're gonna see how important a tight end is in this offense. Just picture a Kyle Pitts and a Kyle Shanahan offense. This is what they teach. They teach they tight ends to block. They encourage them to catch passes out of the back. That's what they encourage in this offense.
Right.
There's something
I mean,
I wanted to ask y'all, and I guess I'm asking the chat too. All right. You got this year Pitts, you got next year Drake, and you got the following year Bijan. When it makes sense to pay Kyle this year, and let Drake walk, and then be ready for Bijan.
but that's the dilemma that they have too, because like you say, it's a big like I say, it's a big decision, because at the end of the day, Bijan Robinson is the number one guy.
We know we know we're gonna take care of him. He ain't going nowhere.
He ain't going nowhere. But the thing about it,
Penix is worth his weight in salt. He'll be behind Bijan.
But like you said, we go take account of the wide receiver market versus the tight end market. And one thing, kind of understanding like Ian Cunningham and what the reputation of his is they don't really like him as a GM. Have been around guys that really do not like overpaying wide receivers like that.
Mm-hmm.
But this scenario is if you decide to pay Drake London a priority over Kyle Pitts. That's what the show is right here. And speaking of the inspiration of the show, Brother Jew was in the building.
Mm-hmm.
But what up there? What up there? What's going on in that Chicago Red? Chicago Red.
But speaking of Austin Hooper, like I said, man, if there's a tight end that kind of intrigued me out of that whole entire list right there, Cade Otton is one that kind of stands out to me really more than anybody out of that whole tight end free agency list right there. Like I said, I don't know. I don't know why, but it does. But I just see if they going down that route, they'll probably draft a young athletic tight end in this year's draft, because if we pay attention to this draft, it's actually a lot of tight ends in this draft that are like pretty damn athletic. I mean, like I said, they're not on the Kyle Pitts side of the game, but they pretty damn close. And we'll set those thoughts later on down the line. I think the combine. When's the combine? I think the combine's like a couple weeks, right?
I'm not sure.
Oh my God. Ski, you should know by now. We don't go by PFF numbers.
Man, you get your crackhead ass on some of that bullshit. It's like PFF numbers. Like you damn know you should know you in the wrong place with that bullshit. We don't do no damn mad numbers around here.
PFF grades, boy, is about as relevant. Like I said, PFF grades is irrelevant. I'm just letting you know now.
PFF numbers. Man really had the nerve to come in here with PFF numbers talking about a 90 and a 70. Are you serious?
Yeah. Wow. I mean, of course, it's going to be higher because Likely doesn't play as many snaps. But the reason why PFF numbers don't really fly over here because when they gave Marlon Davidson a 100 PFF grade in a game versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, in which the only thing he did was catch a pick six, I said, "Nah, you can throw this shit."
Yeah,
shit
that's what I'm talking. That's come on, bro.
Throw that.
I mean,
You throw that shit in the garbage.
Kyle Pitts, got more yards and more statistics in a season than this man done did in his whole career. Okay. I like the disrespect and disregard for Kyle Pitts is insane to me. It's insane.
So do you think it just goes back? Do you think that it just goes back to the fact that people expected him to be a top 5 overall receiver in this league, and that it hasn't manifested that?
So before I answer that, let me tell Ski to get off his little pussy rant. Okay, just get out your pussy rant, all right? Because that's what you're doing right now. That pussy ranting. Okay, calm down. You put the numbers up there. Okay. When you put it up there, don't talk about comprehension is key. You put up some bullshit, and then when somebody call you out for it, now you want to get your goddamn high horse pussy that cookie juice.
Like I said, the worst thing you could have did was threw up PFF numbers. I'm just saying that's the worst.
You did that to yourself, okay? So don't tell that look, pat that pussycat, pat the pussycat, and tell her to calm down, okay? Because you did that to yourself. You brought up that. You brought up PFF. I didn't. Kev didn't. Truth didn't. Okay, you did that. Okay, well, calm down. Right, you did that to yourself. We're talking about what he is. Okay, Kyle Pitts is not like tight end 1. He's not tight end 2. He's not tight end 3. He's tight end 1 on his team, and he has been for a long time. Isaiah Likely is what we call is a system tight end. He looks great when he is the number 2, i.e., the guys like Muhammad Sanu, Calvin Ridley. These guys look amazing when they're in the number 2. But it's been games where Andrews isn't the number. He's either hurt that we don't see from Isaiah Likely. And I've seen these games personally, and I've broken down these games personally. I like Isaiah Likely, but there are things that Kyle Pitts can do that he can't do. We're talking about you can line him up against a true number 1 corner, and Kyle Pitts can beat those guys. That's not something that Isaiah Likely can do. He can't match up with any safety, corner, or linebacker. Kyle Pitts can do all of that. Now, are we gonna toss it up? In regards to his blocking, we can toss it up. I'll give you that. You know what I'm saying? Despite my own personal views on that, I'll give you the blocking. Let's just give him the blocking. But when you talk about like different things that you can do with Kyle Pitts that you can't do with Isaiah Likely, I'm taking Pitts 9 out of 10 times. And
Right.
that's that in no way, shape, or form does that say that Isaiah Likely is a bad tight end, because we've seen guys like Jacob Tammy, catch damn near 50, 60 passes in a season, and he can't run worth a shit. So it come down to the system that you in. Tight ends are more predicated to systems than it is their overall talent.
Yeah. So the question that would go down to that conversation is he ready to be tight end 1?
Who? Oh, you talking about?
No. That's what I'm talking about. Isaiah Likely. Is he ready to be tight end 1? Oh boy, JP talking about Joku. Like I said, we've already kind of established Joku. Like I said, he's the most likely name tied to the Falcons. The biggest thing is he would actually probably be a little bit more expensive than Kyle Pitts. And like I said, the scenario that we're going down is based on how much Njoku and those guys would be worth. Is it feasible if Drake London is going to be the main guy you're going to be taking care of financially?
I don't want to hear nothing about what somebody likely is. Okay, point intended. Kyle Pitts already show you when he's that number one guy. Even if he's not the number one guy, he's still the number one guy on the field. We haven't seen that from likely. That's the same thing we say about our quarterbacks. It don't matter what y'all say he is. He got to be able to actually. You got to see when he's on the field, he got to be the best player on that field. Period. We're just hoping and thinking that we got. So we actually talk about what is happening. That's the same thing with our coaches. Yeah, I believe that Raheem was a intelligent coach. I really did believe that. But he didn't show it. So it didn't matter if I believed he had the knowledge, because I think he did have the knowledge. But it don't matter. Look at his numbers. You know what I'm saying? You can just look at his numbers in itself. And I'm talking about likely. Okay? Let me read this out for you. Let me read this out. Because this we talking about the fastest stats and the truth. And he's been in the league 4 years. Does it take how long would it take, Kev, in your opinion, to see for a tight end to kind of say, all right, this guy is a star?
That is a star. You usually see it by Pro Bowl level. On average, it'll be about 3 years. On average, because remember, even with David and Njoku started off as a bust, and then he really came on the last couple of years, and now he's one of the most enticing names when it comes to the free agent class.
Yeah.
So like you say, it's just going to really just depend on the situation itself.
I'm glad you brought up David Njoku because he started off well. He started off, well, not the numbers. He started off as a bust, 32, 56, 5'9", 36. And then in a year, ironically, and I use that, ironically, around 21, 22, a certain coach was hired. He called 36, 58, 81, 63. You see? So he started out as a bust, but he started off, let's say, I don't know if I use the word bust.
Yeah, no, I'm about to say don't use bust, but just say he wasn't there yet.
Yeah, he wasn't
there yet.
Yeah. So I wouldn't necessarily say that. But the reason why I'm saying that is because you look at the numbers with Njoku, the numbers were there from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? The numbers were there from him the beginning. And then we look at Isaiah Likely. This is why I say the stardom for tight ends is right in your face. With him, he had 30, 42, and 27. What's the difference? He didn't really, he really didn't showcase anything. Those numbers are almost identical every year.
Right.
There wasn't a breakout season for him.
Right. And this right here is where the truth comes out. He said, we picked Kyle at number 4 overall. We got to be honest. He's not the Jefferson Chase type receiver. What's wrong? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that one, Mike?
For one, JP is in La La Land because he's still thinking just because a guy is a number one overall. See, the problem with, and we always say this, the problem with fans is that y'all look at the overall number as the scouting report on him instead of the scouting report. Did that go over y'all head?
Basically, what you said, basically, feelings over reality.
They're using their own personal feelings because this guy was the 4th overall. He has to that trumps anything that he's actually doing. They look at the number as the scouting report instead of the actual scouting report. The number in itself, the overall number of the 4th overall is bigger than the scouting report says. The NFL draft number is bigger than the scouting report.
So it holds more weight. That's what you said. It holds more weight.
They don't care if the scouting report says, yeah, Kyle Pitts needs to work on his blocking. Yeah, he is a little bit more. He needs to use his size a little bit more. They don't care about that because all they see is number 4 overall. They don't care about the scouting report. So the scouting report, the overall number is bigger than the scouting report for most fans.
So my question would be is based on that in itself. So let me ask everybody a question here. So when it comes to drafting tight ends, let me see draft tight ends. So do you think a tight end should be drafted no higher than the mid rounds? No higher than the mid rounds, 3rd, 4th, 5th.
I would say so. Because the tight end is not one of those positions, like, because it benefits from two things. It benefits from the quarterback comfort, and then it benefits from the offensive line. Because if they send a blitz, one of the first hot reads is going to be the tight end. And if a quarterback can't, if he's historically, if he's notorious for looking at his tight ends before he look at his wide receivers, then the tight end numbers can be inflated.
Right.
Hence why we bring up Isaiah Likely. Isaiah Likely got a lot of those passes because his quarterbacks like throwing to tight ends. So do we really know how good he is?
Yeah. Because they're the kind of in the tight end issue. Well, actually, they're in a better tight end situation than we are because they're the only tight end that the Ravens have under contract right now is Mark Andrews. I think the only tight end we have under contract right now is Charlie Warner.
Yep.
And Joshua Simon, who's on a reserve deal. So let me throw a bone on you on this one. Let me throw a bone on you with this one. So, and the chat kind of mentioned it earlier. That's Joshua Simon. Do you think that this is an opportunity that they may possibly give him a shot as that tight end?
He's the tight ends coach. He came in Stefanski as a tight ends coach. So I absolutely believe that he's going to get every opportunity to do so. That's what he came in as. It's almost like Sean McVay. He came in as a tight ends guy. So he's going to use those. Like, they're far more likely to evaluate those guys and keep those guys and coach those guys.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't be surprised that Kyle Pitts may not be in the in their realm because we know that he can develop tight ends.
Yeah.
So
Right.
a lot of that is in play. The thing
Mm-hmm.
is, we don't need to pay Isaiah Likely.
Mm-hmm. You may not, like you said, you may not have to pay no Kyle Pitts. You may not need to pay Isaiah Likely. You may not have to pay Noah Njoku, like you said.
Yeah.
Like they possibly might go with the lower tier free agent tight end and be able to get more bang for their buck. Said, can we pay both? Okay, so it's asked the question: can we both pay Kyle and Bates?
No.
Nah. That's because, like I said, you really have to entertain possible move with Bates if you're keeping Kyle Pitts.
Because Drake, Bergeron, possibly Tyler Algier, possibly another extension with either Jake Matthews and Caleb McGarry. That's way too much.
Wow.
That's way too much money allocated to the trend.
Too much top heavy talent.
Way
like you said, this is why those high first round draft picks, and if once you have too many of those, this is the dilemma that you go under. Once you have too many of those, so you got to get to a point. They have to get to a point where they have to make a decision on players here, and this is why they brought in Ian Cunningham, because he's a guy that's been around those franchises that used to making those type of decisions.
Baltimore, for example.
Yeah.
And Philadelphia too. Yep.
Yeah. But think about it. Why do you think they have Mark Andrews drafted Isaiah Likely and Charlie Kohler? Like I said, that was that was almost a 3 tight end system. They didn't really use Charlie Kohler like that. I wasn't.
No.
I wasn't a fan of Kohler coming out of college. But like you said, it's actually a lot of suitable tight ends out of the list of guys that I just put up there. It's actually quite a bit of that you may not have to pay big money for if Drake London is the primary receiver guy you want to take care of.
That magic word, Gil, that we always say, we talk about is why. Why do you think that Baltimore decided to let Isaiah Likely walk?
Well, the thing about it is why they let him walk is because you have to compensate for that $74 million contract with Lamar Jackson. And then at the same time, if you're going to keep Derrick Henry, you got to make sure you got some open space to give him an extension. So,
because it's either Likely or Andrews.
They've
been trying to get rid of Andrews for years, and Baltimore has obviously chosen not to do so.
Yeah, exactly. They just paid Andrews right before the season. Oh no, it was right during the season. They just paid him, gave him the extension.
That tells you everything. That tells you everything you need to know about Likely. Like the highlights don't make them. The highlights do not make the guys. Again, that's the power of that number 2. Being a number 2 and number 3 receivers. Don't get all the attention.
And like I said, we appreciate everybody that come in here. Like I said, we don't worry about if you agree or disagree or nothing like that. Like you said, at the end of the day, it's all the conversation in itself. The thing is, we have to get out of our feelings about what is, and we got to, and like I said, the mindset of how we do things over here is we go into the why.
The why.
The why is the most important part of any argument.
Mm-hmm.
So, like you said,
why shouldn't I do this? You got to take why instead of just saying, all right, I believe he's better than him at this, or he's more athletic. Yeah, we've seen a lot of guys that are more athletic than Kyle Pitts coming out, but that didn't mean anything.
Right. Like you said, that's like the example, like with Isaiah Likely. Okay, he's a better such and such. Why? Because we've seen it. What did you see? See, that's using that as an example. Like you said, this is the philosophy of the unholy alliance. It's summed up in one word. Why?
You can't just tell me something and not have a why. You just using your emotions. Look, I always tell people it's one of the biggest lies that fans say is that the eye test don't lie. Yes, the fuck it does. Because if you're not trained to see certain things, your eye don't lie to you.
I'll give you a perfect example of what eye test lied to me like a motherfucker. Let me tell you an eye test that lied to me like hell. Hayden Hillis. How about that?
You know what? Nobody saw that shit after that motherfucker ran for like 1,600 yards and 35,000 touchdowns. I thought appreciate who you thought he was.
Man, I thought it was Mike Allstott. Boy, we like, oh goddamn, we got Mike Allstott back, and we had the guy on the heavy hitter show talking about that too. Man, yeah, there you go. That's the equation of the unholy alliance. Y equals mx plus b.
That's it. That tells you everything. It'll tell you the why answering the why. Even you would check yourself. You would check yourself if you say why to yourself, and you'll realize that you've been in your emotions. Then we get guys like Ski in here who say, "Man, I'm not in my feelings, man. I'm just telling y'all." No, you're in your feelings because you can't tell us why. And it jumped from this to that and this to that. We done seen it too many times. We done seen this way too many times, and I think that's the thing with it. Like with certain guys, I mean, we can even use this right here, this comment right here, for example. Peerless Price. Why did Peerless Price put up 100 and something yards, 100 catches, and was a pretty good wide receiver until he came to Atlanta? He just fell off the face of the earth. Did he suck when he was in Buffalo? Or was there a deeper issue? And I think we all know what the deeper issue is. A lot of people don't want to say it, but the deeper issue is that some bitch just the quarterback and the system in itself wouldn't allow him to, do what he does. And he got majority of the blame for that. That's the problem with it. And we see it all the time. You get players in here, they have 1 year, a couple catches, a couple moments, and then that moment is ingrained. And let me say this, because I know too. This is a perfect example of this. I'm gonna use a baseball reference. Truth, Kev. You remember Dan Ugler?
Oh God, Lord have mercy.
I remember Dan Ugler.
See. That's a name that Yeah. I done had to prevent Shell from cussing Dan Ugly's ass out for years.
But that motherfucker hit damn near 20. He been hit by 25 plus home runs every single season. He could do that.
Oh my God, that was the face that was the face of the strikeout. That was the strikeout Braves era right there.
That's exactly where I'm going. People just remember the home runs when they're Dan Ugly. They don't remember anything else.
It wasn't
They
just
just
Dan
remember the
Ugly.
home runs.
It was Chris Johnson. It was the Upton brothers. It was Hayward. It was Evan Gaddis. Yeah, the strikeout boys.
Mm-hmm. BJ Upton was another one. Like
Mhm.
they hit a lot of home runs.
They struck out like a motherfucker too.
But they were damn near 150, 200 strikeouts every last one. There's about 600 damn strikeouts against all of them.
Yeah, because I think around that time the Braves led the league in striking out at the plate like 4 years in a row.
Mm-hmm. But we remember them home runs.
Them home runs was the motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
We love them home runs.
That's why I say this is why I use that, even that comparison with Darnell Mooney and even David Seals.
Oh God! I'm sorry. I just can't get back down.
We remember those moments. I know you do, Truth. We remember those moments when David Seals called a touchdown. We remember those.
No, I see somebody. I see it. Is that a Dan Ugly mention?
No, that's what we're talking about now.
Oh, okay.
I had to bring it home to him because that's what people see with guys like Isaiah Likely and a lot of these free agent guys. You see the good moments, but the coaches, they see the overall picture.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I need you to be those 30 catches a piece for my wide receiver may look good in X amount of time or X amount of moments, but goddamn, it's 500, 400, 300 plus snaps that you ain't do shit.
Yeah, and that's why David Seals gets the powder toast award majority of the time with us.
Mm-hmm.
Cause you gotta think like if he was a limited snap guy with 17 catches, it would make a complete big difference on what our thoughts on David Seals would be.
Mm-hmm. And if Dan Ugly was a utility guy, him hitting 25 home runs and let's just say 200 at bats. You know what I'm saying? In a season, like that's 1.5, 2 plate appearances a game.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere less than that, somewhere in that ballpark. Like it would make sense.
Yeah. Yeah, but like you said, that's what David Seals is. Yes, you can look at the 18 catches, but then you're not looking at the fact that this nigga was on the field damn near 500 snaps at wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
That's 500 plays.
500 plays.
So
it's not like I don't hate him. I don't hate him. I just think
he ain't worth shit.
He ain't worth a
I know this is something his name again. Bad as Mike talked to me about him yesterday and today.
I did not talk to you bad. I said that's you full of shit. That's all I said. I didn't talk bad to you. I said you full of shit. Anybody that say that David Seals is a good receiver full of shit, and they know they full of shit.
I didn't cut you. I just stabbed you. Okay.
All right.
There we go.
I don't accidentally stab myself before, so.
But yeah, BB's here said Aaron Judge hits about 60 home runs in the season, and then you forgot that he's playing in the playoffs.
See, that's all we saying. It's not that we hate these guys. It's like, bro, we can get those same numbers from a Joshua Simon.
Mm-hmm.
18 catches on the season, bro. I don't need that at wide receiver. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
those are numbers that I'm getting from 500 snap wide receivers. Think about that again. We John said it. We think we spend too much time looking at the highlights. That's it.
That's it. We're looking for big plays and highlights instead of just looking at what's the basics and what's the consistency.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, this may be that situation where they don't draft a tight end or get a big name tight end in free agency. They just may go the cheaper route.
Mm-hmm. I can see that happening.
Mm-hmm. At the tight end position. This ain't the first time we've done it. We did it with Jacob Tammy.
Mm-hmm.
Drafted Austin Hooper.
Eric Sauber. We did it
And
with him.
and Levine Toilolo. So they went cheap before it made a damn good tight end room.
It's about the bang for your buck, man. Look, I don't want to have to pay goddamn $100 for a pair of shoes, and then that thing, I scrape my foot, I accidentally turn my ankle, and then the side of the shoe, all the damn stitching came across it. I paid $100 for the shoes, and I turn my ankle, and then all the stitching off the shoes is done. I've had that happen before. Then I go to Walmart, get some $12 shoes. And I damn near, stabbed them up.
$12 shoes last you about 3 years.
For about 3 fucking years. I done stabbed them. I done burned them, accidentally burnt them.
Right.
Spilt shit on them, and they still good.
Exactly.
Bang for your buck, man.
Yeah. But this right here, this comment right here is exactly what we're talking about. It's time for Atlanta to dig into the meat and potatoes moving forward. Highlights good for ESPN, but they don't get you to the Super Bowl.
That's it.
That's it. And you're bringing in guys that come from cultures and backgrounds like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the Cleveland Browns haven't won a lot. But guess what? Them motherfuckers literally had to fight in a division where you better bring your you better bring the meat and potatoes to the game.
Yep.
Kind of have meat and potatoes. And understanding that while a lot of the NFC South teams are getting more finesse, the Falcons are they're trying to be the Hogs.
Mm-hmm. Trust me, man. Look, our philosophy over here is not popular at all.
Mm-hmm.
We kill a lot of dreams. Okay, we the dream snatchers over here.
Dream snatchers, and I'm the algorithm killer. So yeah,
he's definitely that. Like our philosophy is not popular. If y'all want to feel good, I guarantee you can go with any one of these Falcon countries. They'll have you feeling good about your favorite player. I promise you they will.
Mm-hmm.
But your favorite player, when you realize he ain't what he is, you're gonna be like, damn, they sold me a damn dream. They tried to tell me. They told me this man was excellent and he was gonna be the next big thing. And yeah, he ended up having 30 catches after almost 1,000-yard season. And Darnell Mooney. Y'all told me Darnell Mooney was a rising star. He can barely catch 30 catches in 15 games.
Mm-hmm. Right. But
they told us that he was a star.
Mm-hmm. But that's why I said out of that free agent list, that's why I said a guy. If you're talking about a tight end that's going to help ensue what this team is going to be about, I think K. Oden may be that guy. More so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, you ain't got to worry about him catching 70 passes a year. But like I said, the thing is, he's gonna do exactly what y'all been screaming for.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna block, and he's gonna give you catches too. So I think he averages like 40 to 45 catches a season. So he'll give you that.
Mm-hmm. That's solid for a tight end.
For a tight end, yeah.
Yes.
And then, like you said, if they decide they want to take a chance with the Joshua Simon, that's another 20-something catches right there that you may see right there. So your tight end room is going to be straight.
And you can get that under $5 million with a Joshua Simon.
Mm-hmm. So now you won't have to worry about if you have to pay Bijan or Drake London. Hell, then you'll have the money to be able to play both.
Mm-hmm. That's how they can afford it over there.
BP said we try to be 3-cent mafia. Everybody else try to be young thug in the NFC South.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Somebody about to get their ass kicked. Somebody about to get their wig split. Somebody's about to get their ass kicked. Somebody's about to get their wig split. Beat him up, break his neck, beat him up, break his neck.
That's it right there.
We try to walk out there like Mark Henry. Everybody else trying to be Ricochet. We trying to be Mark Henry in this bitch.
Yes. Why y'all think Kyle Shanahan can afford to pay all them stars like that? Because he developed them damn tight ends and running backs like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's how he can afford it.
Exactly.
Developing your a lot of the thing is teams get caught up too much into just turn everybody to a star and just like understanding that everybody don't have to be a star in order for y'all to win. Y'all just got to be adequate at doing a job.
Exactly. Joe LaFleur said we're trying to be Gunther, but the rest is being Javon Evans.
Oh Lord.
That shit is supposed to be born. hey, that's
See, I prefer Sheamus than Gunther. Give me Sheamus. I really yeah, give me Sheamus. Give me Sheamus. Sheamus do the same thing.
Why you want to be Sheamus and not Gunther?
Gunther. Just
the ring general. You know
the ring general.
The ring general
is standing in the same spot, slapping people's chests. Damn, a ring general. I guess it is.
The Celtic Warrior versus the ring general.
Mm-hmm. I know damn Sheamus, he'll be able to dive out of the ring and shit. I know you'll get a special moment out here. Damn cool motherfucker do is stand in the corner and slap motherfuckers on the chest. And that old school body, that scoop body slam, that's all he do every match. Like, damn, I can do that shit.
What'd you say? What he say? He's a super bare bones ass Ric Flair.
That's it. Bare bones ass Ric Flair.
Ric Flair had the swag. He had the swag and the charisma with it. Gunther just there.
That motherfucker just there staring at wiping sweat off his damn upper lip. That's all he do.
But yeah, man. Just when it comes to all this here, we're just gonna play. We're playing everything by ear here. Like I said, any them free agent list, anything can be updated. Cause when does free agency start? I think free agency start mid March, right?
Yeah.
About
Yep.
mid March.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna continue this free agency series until it starts here. We're gonna start looking at position by position. I will say this: the free agency come. I don't need none of y'all motherfuckers sitting up here crying, bitching, and moaning about getting guys on day one.
Yeah. I think it'll probably start picking up as far as the news about Kirk Cousins around the early parts of March. I actually expect it to be announced somewhere soon. Um, to be honest, closer to the end of February, which is
Right.
about 16 days. Yeah,
Something like
about 16 days somewhere now. So about a couple of weeks, you'll start hearing about what's going to happen with Kirk Cousins.
right. So y'all go ahead and start asking questions here. We got about 10 more minutes before we get up on out of here. What's happening? It said, I just need extra cap space by Kirk. So Savannah Swag asked a question here. Do y'all think Tyler is gone?
I don't think so. I don't think a lot of teams even value running backs. Like they're getting back to it, but
Mm-hmm. It's only a handful of teams that really only value running back, i.e.,
okay.
Baltimore, San Fran, possibly Detroit,
Yeah. So
and Atlanta. That's pretty much it.
I think Tyler is closer to returning than a lot of the free agents. And the way that Jeff Olbrich was slobbing all over Caden, yeah, I think Caden probably closer to returning too. I don't want to talk about the other reason why I think Caden probably returned because it's gonna open up a whole nother can of worms. I don't feel like going down again, Kev.
So, but but like I said, man, everything that we want to happen is like you said, it's just gonna be solely based on what the Atlanta Falcons do with Kirk Cousins.
Mm-hmm.
And as much as we want to say, like I said, as much as we want to say certain things or we could do this and we could do that. Hey, we ain't got nothing. We ain't got nothing else. Let's see. Okay, we got another question here. 66 DJ said there will be a big improvement with the wide receiver room next year. I don't think they got a fucking choice. They got to update that.
They ain't got no choice. That wide receiver core is bad, bro.
But the question with it is it really as bad as we think it is, or the fact that the coaches were incompetent enough that made it worse?
It's bad. It's bad. They made it worse, no doubt about it. But that receiver room
Yeah.
outside of Drake, you're. I mean, Casey Washington is like a crash test dummy. So it's like you don't know what he can do. He almost like Russell Gage. That motherfucker sprained his ankle walking down the street straight.
Man. Yeah, like you said, these are the type of questions we do have to ask on that though. It is It is weird that the drop off in that wide receiver room from 2024 to 2025 was that drastic.
But I heard something from Jed Oldwork that disturbed me, and like I said, I've said it before.
Mm-hmm.
I said it the other day. Talking about we started doing things that mixing things that never been mixed before in our philosophy and stuff. I'm saying,
AKA nobody knew what the fuck they was doing.
Nobody had a fucking clue what they were doing. He said that shit. He said that shit. I was like, hold on, now it made fucking sense. Y'all were just up here experimenting with shit and didn't have a damn clue what they were doing. And again, that's why Warren came up with the word sabotage. That's what it was. Y'all was out here experimenting on shit. It wasn't about skills. Y'all was literally experimenting on shit. No, they knew. No. I don't. That's where I disagree with Sanu. They knew what they was doing. They didn't give a fuck. That's where the sabotage come in.
Right. They didn't know. Yeah.
Go ahead.
No. Yeah, like I said, they said they didn't know how to handle the wide receiver room. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's what Sanu is saying. He didn't know how to handle the wide receiver because they didn't. That's why they made up some shit.
Mm-hmm. This is why you saw David Seals. David Seals was second on the team in plays.
Mm-hmm. They have a fucking cool.
But he had 9 more catches than Casey Washington, who only played 7 games.
7 games, yo.
Hold on, let I'm glad he said that.
Look, Kev. I don't already. That's why everybody say I hate. That's why everybody say I hate David Seals. The numbers. Look at the numbers. It'll piss you off.
Yeah. Let's look.
I read off the numbers doing the live show, doing the morning show.
Mm-hmm.
That's why y'all gotta watch Mad Mike in the morning. Like when I go live around 10 and 12, like y'all gotta pay attention. I do this a lot.
We do a lot. We do a lot of this behind the scenes too. So that's what.
These numbers will piss you off looking at them.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think people pay enough time. They don't pay enough attention to these Falcons numbers. The numbers are disturbing.
I'm waiting on this shit to load up. Waiting on it to load up. Yeah, like you said, the fact they said we was making shit up on the fly, that told you everything. The fact that man literally sat there and told the whole Falcon fan base that they was making shit up last year, that they were going. Yeah, that told you what the culture of the team was. We ain't have a damn culture. We were still trying to figure shit out.
That man said we was experimenting with schemes that never been experimented before. Okay? Go back and listen to the press. He said that shit.
I remember that shit. That's the first thing I said. I was like, oh.
That shit, me and Kev at the same time. When we heard that shit, he said, now it made fucking sense.
Do it.
They didn't have a fucking clue what they was out there doing.
No.
Making up shit.
Look. My face. I'm just looking like. I'm looking like. What? So
that's why we couldn't stop the run worth a damn, because we out here running bullshit.
He was running
they never done before.
The man Jeff Obert literally said in that same presser, and he kind of threw Raheem. He kind of poked a hole in Raheem's reputation as a defense coordinator, because he said he was bringing in stuff from the Brandon Staley defense that they was running in LA, and we was mixing stuff up, and that's what led to that comment of we was doing things that we've never seen before.
Yeah. That man, that like he was making up some bullshit as we go. That's why we started seeing drag routes from Kyle Pitts in week 19 and shit. The fuck?
Exactly.
You ain't read a drag route with Kyle Pitts consistently all season, and then you get to the end of the season. So you know what? This experiment ain't working, y'all. Let's act like we got some sense now. No, he didn't. They didn't try to recreate it, Drip. They were trying to create some bullshit that ain't never seen.
They was trying to be innovative. It goes back to what I was talking about with why Raheem Morris brought in a Zach Robinson and a Jimmy Lake. They was trying to create some shit. They was trying to create their own shit.
Yep.
Hold on. John said, I saw a comment on the Falcons YouTube page that said, "Old Brick ought to be fired for throwing Raheem under the bus like that." Hell, shit, Raheem threw everybody under the goddamn bus for 2 years. Right? He threw everybody under the bus for 2 years. Hell, now Old Brick poked a hole in his shit.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody mad now, like, no, nigga. Once again, Mike, what's our favorite song? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Tried to tell y'all.
Yeah. But I heard that, look, bro, I ain't even gonna lie. Hey, we gotta talk about this. We gotta do a part 2 to this. I gotta talk about that. That's the title of the next show. Ron was making up bullshit.
Been telling y'all this shit. Y'all thought we was
making up bullshit. I said, boy, I'm like, wait, what? He said, and I knew it was some fuck shit about the. You had to think about that. I know you was upset that he was playing the political thing with Raheem Morris and Terry Vondo. But now I look back at it, boy, he was setting up. He set that shit up.
He was setting it up.
He like,
man, I ain't had nothing to do with that shit, man. Look, man, I want to come back, man. That was Terry's fault, man. Terry and Raheem, man, they made me do it. I ain't believe in that bullshit. I know Broke was doing that shit.
There you go, BP. Definitely a shout out, man. And BP. And like I say, let me give a shout out to all the members of this channel, 6MK Live and Bad Mike Sports, because like I said, man, y'all definitely been holding it down for us all this time, so we definitely appreciate it. He said, "Yeah, Ron was shooting the breeze, boy. He shot more than the breeze, boy. He was cutting farts out there."
Man, cutting farts. God damn it.
I had to take Truth's damn quote right there and throw that in there. He was cutting farts out there.
It's just saying, man. It's right there in y'all face.
Exactly.
Right
Rob was a fuck ninja from the start.
Mm-hmm. Again.
See, but like I said, this is why when y'all be watching these press conferences. And we're going to get up out of here in a couple minutes. I said we had 10 minutes, but we always go over it anyway. But this is why my advice to everybody that's watching this channel right now, when these press conferences come around, I'm telling you right now, do not pay attention to what's going on there in the chat. 9 times out of 10, it's bullshit in the chat. Pay attention to the actual conference. Ignore all that other shit. Pay attention to the press conference. Because the thing about it is, once you get distracted by all that shit going down below the press conference, you're going to miss a lot of shit. And trust and believe.
That motherfucker said experimenting with shit that ain't been done before. What the fuck you doing that for? Who the fuck told you to do that? We told you to coach the defense, not goddamn be Albert Einstein.
Look. That's cardinal sin. That is cardinal sin right there. First of all, you bring in motherfuckers that ain't never did shit before. Let's think about it. We gotta actually make that.
Kill. This is a perfect analogy of what the fuck they was doing. How do you how you try to get electricity? How you get electricity? You got to use a conductor, right?
Yep.
And that conductor usually has to be with metal.
Yep.
Right? Some form of metal.
Right.
This motherfucker was out here experimenting, he was trying to get electricity out of goddamn banana. That's what the fuck they were. That right there is what the fuck they were doing. Man, let's see if I can get light out of this banana.
Exactly.
Banana. It's not gonna work. This is what
it don't work. You try to light your house up with potassium, nigga. That shit ain't gonna work.
What are we doing, bro? What are we doing?
What you trying to say? You trying to grow your energy source in the backyard, nigga? What are we talking about?
I barreled a monkey's defense. That's what the fuck that was. That's exactly what
just throwing shit together, just hoping that it don't fall over. That's all that shit was.
Savannah's eggs. Yeah, I'm talking over here. Look, they better catch up. They better catch up.
Yeah. So, like I said, when y'all be watching these press conferences, there's three things y'all need to look at. And I can't believe I'm putting game on here, Mike. But like I said, man, these are people right here. The three things you always want to look at when it comes to looking at these press conferences and these interviews. One, you need to look at the body language. Look at the facial expressions when certain questions are asked.
Yep. They start grabbing. See, a lot of coaches, like Kill was saying, look at the body. When they uncomfortable, they always take a swig of coffee, juice, or water, whatever they got. That's when you tell they nervous.
You can tell that they either nervous or they trying not to say something stupid. This is why you don't see Mark Zeno asking too many questions. This is why they threw D-Led in the garbage. Those two are notorious for stupid ass questions. Y'all paid attention to that. You ain't really like a lot of the reporters now. Some of the young cats now, they throwing the OGs away. Two, you got to look for keywords. Hey, like I said, pay attention to every sentence. Why? Because I guarantee you, when he said, like Mike said, when Ober said we were doing things that was never done before. See, now if you paying attention, you would catch that right there in the moment, like, the hell, what? You catch it in the moment. Or in the other case, with the special teams coach, where he said,
"Oh boy,
he threw Marquise Williams so far under the bus, boy, that motherfucker was sniffing carburetors and shit." Well, that was he turned Marquise Williams into a catalytic converter. How far he threw him under the damn bus?
What did he say? Yeah.
He said basically the main thing is we're going to be working with these guys, and my whole principle as a former school teacher is to work with each and every one of these guys on their strengths and weaknesses and hold them accountable.
Yep.
When Marquise, I already knew Marquise Williams was on bullshit before, but if you paid attention to how he coached the East-West Shrine Bowl, That told me everything I needed to know about Marquise West. I said, and that's why the special teams look like absolute shit the past 2 years. You coaching up a damn team, and you worried about if your players getting holes or not with the type of shoes they wear. I'm like, nigga,
Bro,
what
get
the
the fuck up out of here. The fuck out of here.
fuck? My face with that bullshit.
I would have goddamn Debo uppercut that motherfucker with that bullshit.
I saw that shit. Like I said, I said this for a second. Man, they showed that motherfucker. They showed the 2 coaches in that shrine ball. You got one coach, he's sitting over there. Hey, man, you got to get your feet planted, man. Hey, turn, cut, boom, 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 boom. You got to hit that line. And you see Marquise Willis. Hey, man, I like those cleats. Man, I remember back in them days, man. Well, we were getting all the holes with them cleats.
Good God Almighty. Jeez, man. This is what we had.
Oh man, got a 199, man. He was trying to make C4 bombs out of spark. I'm like, I saw that shit. I'm like, what the fuck the shoes got to do with this game?
It's football, man.
And Tony right here said, yeah, it's called coaching and teaching. We wasn't coaching and teaching, nigga. We was. So you see, Kirk Cousins should have never swag surfed after that Tampa game. Cause that's where all the shit started going haywire. There you go. Look. He said, no wonder our special teams suck. Marquise. Yeah. He was talking
about that damn shoes.
He was like, man, when I get out of this game, man, shout out, man, we're gonna go over here and get some of these chicken wings and stuff like that. And this is in the middle of a fucking practice. I'm like, wait a minute, ain't you supposed to be the head coach of the East Side? And we talking about shoes, chicken wings, and hoes? Yeah, there's a problem here. Oh yeah, and one more thing. I said, what did I say? Pay close attention to body language. Pay attention to every word said.
Mm-hmm.
And 3, listen to how the questions is being asked.
Mm-hmm.
Just listen to how the questions is being asked, because there's purpose behind the way they're asking. And trust me, Matt Ryan catch up. He caught all that bullshit. That's the first thing they said. They said, according to the James Pierce thing, we're not going to be talking about that right now until the details come out. And then when the damn reporter came out and asked about James Pierce, them motherfuckers look like, nigga, did we just tell you earlier that?
We not answer this.
Lord have mercy. I looked at that point. I said, didn't that told you that we wasn't talking about James Pierce, and you bring up James? And they just look like, really? You really just sat here and asked us that we already gave this? You know what?
It feels good not to have a press conference.
Hey, Matt Ryan, we appreciate you coming in here, and we got to talk about Michael Penix, and do you think that he will be the starter for the Atlanta Falcons? Like, do I look like the head coach? Big, I'm an advisor. I'm an advisor. I'm not the head coach. Get the fuck out my face. Yeah. But I give the reporters the credit this time where they actually asked the right questions and they asked them the right way. Mm-hmm. So they learned their lesson from the last time. And it actually made the press conference a lot more enjoyable to listen to. But when you're when you coming in here, you got Montzeno, roided, angry ass, always asking the shit about
that's a perfect example of who the fuck he is. That motherfucker sound like he act like he on roids all the time. He ain't never happy about shit.
You always mad. You're like,
got a damn attitude.
D-Lid always kissing somebody's ass. And like I said, Jarvis ain't too bad. Like I said, Miles and them were cool. That, like I said, they asked the right questions.
Mm-hmm.
But we're gonna get up on out of here. Hold on, let me see. He said, I remember Zeno from B More. He ain't changed it. I do like Jarvis. Yeah, I like you said. I like all of, but like I said, when you hear D-Lid going around on smear campaigns on the Falcons because his baby boo ain't here no more, and that's Rich McKay. His baby boo ain't here no more. And Zeno crashing out every chance he get. Yeah, you about to get sick and tired of hearing that. That shit takes the energy out of a lot of those press conferences.
Just fishing for you can't have an actual conversation and enjoy it. You're trying to get to a means. You're trying to get to some sort of result. You're not just having a conversation or letting because there's for instance, like if the Falcons are having a quarterback issue, I don't need you to sit up here and try to investigate Rich McKay when we got a quarterback issue. That's what the Falcons media be doing. They say, bro, we got a quarterback issue. Why are you asking about fucking Rich McKay?
Mm-hmm.
We need to be focusing on his quarterback position.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all keep asking about the damn front office issues. I don't care about that.
Exactly. But we're gonna give y'all the rest of y'all night back. We're trying something a little bit different today. This is why this is the off season is fun to us, but we get a chance to do a lot of different things here. So, hey man, as you already know, as we get further into this free agency talk, like I said, you're gonna get a little bit more college football over here. Not only just here, but just within the Unholy Alliance in general. So until next time, people, we here to play.
Oh no,
we here to stay.
Ooh yeah, nigga.
You ain't got to go home.
But you got to get the hell out of here. Ooh yeah.
And don't be like D-Lid.
Don't judge me. I just wish you knew.